Welcome to National Prayer Breakfast. I'm stressed out. About 48 hours ago, one of my joke videos started going viral, and that's all I've ever wanted in my whole life. But since then, I have not been able to eat nor sleep. I am so scared of getting my screen time report. How do you turn that off? I can't know.
I don't know.
I have been an animal. And it's drained all of the life force out of me. But I'm also having the time of my life.
Well, if people haven't seen, you have a reel that's going viral on Instagram. You making a joke about the police.
Yeah.
It's over 500,000 views at this point. Lots of shares and likes. Is it like a kind of like a manic excitement or?
Yeah, I'm very excited because I've never gotten this much attention in my life, and that's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
But there's also mean people on there, and they're not like, I know deep down that they are like that because they are of low intellect, but and the only reason you could possibly not like that joke is if you were like a bootlicker.
Yeah. Should we play? Let me play it real quick.
But that doesn't change the fact that I'm a sensitive artist, and I'm just like, people are making fun of my face.
Yeah, we'll get into
which is why I'm never taking these sunglasses off ever again.
All right, let me play the reel real quick.
People are saying I can't defend myself.
And I don't mean to disparage the police, by the way. I know they still have a lot on their plate with fentanyl and everything. Fentanyl in donuts in their little pig mouths.
Dude.
And
well, so you've gone viral with the Blue Lives Matter crowd.
Yeah.
They're
But I'm also collecting I have a whole host of Antifa at my disposal now.
Oh, really?
Dude. Yeah, because a lot of times people, when they look at the comments, they only see the fucking crazy shit. But there's also a shitload of people just being like, ACAB,
Well, you're getting lots of positive comments, like, this lives rent-free in my head now, this is probably the best joke I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Was that from someone you know, or is that just...
No.
That's awesome.
I don't know who these people are, but they're very supportive, and I hope that they'll be joining us with National Prayer Breakfast.
How did the laughter not erupt? Really good shit. Though, there was a pretty good laugh, right?
Yeah, let's start with the positive before we bring me down.
This is top tier. Welp, that's a follow. This shouldn't have been that funny. I'm assuming they mean, haven't laughed this hard in forever. Thank you, classic already. Genius. Comedy gold. I love this song. I'm not sure what that means. Well, actually, easily mostly positive. Someone said the mixed reaction somehow makes it funnier. So the Blue Lives Matter people are not happy about this. And yeah, you mentioned they're making fun of your face. I saw actually several comments.
Yeah.
Can you take off the glasses real quick? There was several comments about your face being squashed in the interior of your.
Completely unfounded.
Like your. About your eyes.
Fake news.
Your eyes and nose and mouth are all squashed down to the center of your face.
That is such fake news.
I mean, those people are.
Sorry, I look interesting.
Well, you're at least those people are acknowledging there's nothing really to argue about. Like, they're just angry that you called the police pigs, and they're lashing out. I got a comment once, like, someone, because, like, for me, obviously, people are probably really pissed you're not, like, fat or, like, blue-haired or whatever. Because that's what they would go to first. I got a comment once that was like, you're not going to live past 30 or something. It was like, joke's on you, I'm 32.
Yeah.
I already did it.
Well, I mean, that's like accusing someone of being awesome, though. You're not going to live very long. Yeah, neither did Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, I've already outlasted Amy Winehouse. But then there's a lot of ACAB people, and this is what, not ACAB, Blue Lives Matter people that are getting me excited, BLM.
Yeah.
The BLM movement.
Yeah.
They're like trying to argue a point.
Yeah. What's their point? I can't even remember.
So there was one comment I saw. They were like, if cops only attack brown people, then something.
That fucker.
They're arguing. They're addressing some argument that you clearly did not make.
Yeah. I can pull that up. That was a good one. Okay, we can't dox him or whatever, but this fuckface.
Well, saying their name's not doxing technically, but whatever you feel comfortable.
Like their username. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Just go.
I'm always the same on your shoulder.
Go look at the comments. It'll be easy to tell. It's the only video on my Instagram that's ever gotten any attention. This guy said, he started off by saying, this guy needs police more than most men. He clearly can't protect himself. What? And I can protect myself. I cheat. I cheat, motherfucker. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's 14 more replies to this thread.
Was that you on responding a lot?
Yeah. So this was before I realized that I need to stop engaging, because it really did just bring out the worst in me. So this person, in my defense, says the guy who has to bootlick the police in the hopes that one day they won't beat the shit out of him in public like they do all the brown people.
Mm-hmm.
So in response to that, this is what this fucker said. Okay, if cops only beat brown people, why would I have to bootlick to prevent a beating? Your attempted insult doesn't make any sense, Trevor. And
what's the
I said,
Trevor thing?
I think that's who the person who.
Well, clarify. Did they say only brown people?
No.
So this is what people do on social media comments, like.
Yeah, this guy can't read.
Yeah. Well, or they're just like dishonest. Like
Yeah.
they just like pretend you said something you didn't.
Well, and I called him out for that. I said, you are channeling Ben Shapiro reacting WAP right now. That's your energy. You're lucky I don't call the dork police. And he said, if making mediocre jokes for privileged liberals was cool, you'd be Miles Davis. So he lifted that joke from
Adam Sandler.
And then to that I said, listen, lady, I'm glad to hear you have good taste in music, but I'm worried about your understanding in class politics. And he didn't have anything to say to that.
Well, this is the Ben Shapiro thing. That is really my hope for where this leads, is we get a Ben Shapiro reaction.
I would like to be on the show.
Because, well, that, yeah,
I
could see you being on, like, Timcast.
Dude, anyone should fucking book me right now to be on their show.
Yeah.
I'm on a roll. Dude, I was on a talk show last week, and this person, like, so I was the guy on the couch, the Andy Richter or whatever in this situation, and I felt a little bit condescended to, like, before. It was like an artist talking to me about how they had been to New York recently and how they had had these gallery shows, and I just felt a little bit talked down to, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I hate it when people do that to me.
Well, there is sort of the Andy Richter role a little bit.
Well, here's the thing. That was before the show. So when they were being interviewed, they went on and on about like how meaningful their artwork was, and I wanted to throw up. And they said they were talking. They were just spewing bullshit. I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, the host of the show who was interviewing them at the end of it was like, turned to me and was like, Aaron, as an artist, what do you have to say about that? And I said, I wasn't paying attention. And it felt so good. I've been a cunt lately.
I'm interested to see this person's art.
I am serving cunt, Keith.
That's not what that means.
What does that mean?
I don't know, honestly. It means,
doesn't serving cunt mean like you're fucking being a cunt?
No, not at all. It's like a positive use of the word cunt. So
really?
Yeah, so like it could be like a very sleek, sexy, dark look, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, leather and studs and, you know, intense makeup, that kind of thing. But I'd be interested to see this person's art, because one of my pet peeves, and you know, I haven't made art in a long time, but you know, we would critique each other in painting, and someone would paint you. We would paint portraits that week,
right.
And their portrait would have like fucked up proportions, and it just like, you know, it wasn't good. It was sloppy, right?
Uh-huh.
But then they would do some kind of weird emotional manipulation where they would be like, yeah, this portrait of Beyonce, it represents my rape, and then everyone's just like, you can't, you know, I know these people, like, this would happen all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the critique would start off like, oh, like, these apples, like, I feel like they're not exactly corporeal, or, you know, you could have improved it by adding, like, some of the bounce lighting on it, and they'd be like, this apple represents, my father used to beat me all the time.
Yeah.
And then just everyone in the class would shut down.
Yeah.
Just because, like, this person is beyond hope. I mean, your art can represent anything. It does not make it...
Yeah, and you also don't have to, like, can't you leave a little mystery?
Yeah, I mean, it's like we're here to improve the craft, not, like... I was looking for a writing group in Kansas City, and it's, like, I haven't found one, if anyone has a recommendation. I found one that you can join, but then, like, the leader of it was, like... a poet, which I'm not making poetry, and all I could find of her was talking about, you know, her journey as an LGBT person, and I kind of got the sense that, like, this writing group would kind of not be talking about, like, oh, here's, like, you know, you're using too many adverbs, or, you know,
right.
you could structure the story to be more of, like, analyzing, like, should you be writing about this? So, I don't know. I'm just gonna look. People are, I don't know, creating things is not always fun.
No. No, it is not. And it's certainly not any fun without the help of our Lord and Savior, LSD.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. I went on stage on LSD again.
How many times is this now?
Twice. It was the most fun I've ever had in my life.
Was your special? Were you on
No, that was like a week a week after my first trip. So I was just starting to like kind of like myself again.
Mm-hmm.
And now I look back, I'm like, oh fuck, yeah, I was murdering that weekend. I didn't even know that I was doing well, but I was doing really well. Now
the police are going to show up at your show.
I that is the goal here, is to be assassinated, and I am so here for it. That's how I want to go.
I've been messaging all my cop friends. They're
Really?
gonna come protest. You're next.
I've actually been getting messages from cops saying that they like the joke, and I leave them on red. But it is nice.
You're
nice
still paranoid that they're just trying to.
I'm like,
hunt you down.
What is this? Yeah, I know my rights. I text them back. I know my rights.
Yeah, I mean, what was so interesting about this to me is you hear so much of like right-wing like content creators.
Uh-huh.
They love like using comedy as like a political prop.
Uh-huh.
And saying like, oh, the world is going to shit. You can tell because people are getting outraged by comedy, and
they are.
This is a perfect example where if you listen to the joke and it's like, it's the beauty is in its simplicity, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a joke really about the cops at all. Like it's just like a turn of phrase about fentanyl and like the joke of like fitness pizza in my mouth.
It's so
that is the joke.
Mm-hmm.
But it's either going over their heads, which is concerning,
mm-hmm.
or they're just going into a blind rage,
Yeah.
like genuinely snowflakes.
Yeah. I think it's just I think it bothers them that people are laughing at it. Because it's something that they hold near and dear. They're like, because those kinds of people, they still, like, they believe in Santa Claus.
I mean, like liberals that get upset about comedy or like outraged by it, like they'll justify that by saying like, well, I don't like jokes that punch down. I mean, there's no real way you can say mocking.
Yeah, and that one fucking guy was like, the one I said, like, whatever. That one asshole was like, you're making jokes for privileged liberals. And it's like, no, actually, I'm not. Privileged liberals probably love the cops.
No, for sure, yeah.
I'm not making it for them. I'm making it for people who have to deal with cops.
Privileged liberals, like they'll talk about, like they'll embrace like the identity politics side of law enforcement. Like they'll wear like Ghana colors and kneel and put a fist in the air, but they obviously they don't want to like actually reform the police or whatever. But they also like they would hate that you were saying like calling the police pigs. Like they want to distance themselves from that as much as possible. Yeah. Because they want to like present themselves like, no, look, we're the adults in the room. We don't insult people.
Well, I do. I like it. Is that still operating? Oh no, it's just my sunglasses. Yeah, it's been stressing me out, but I do feel like I don't know. I feel like in a weird way, like I've like come over a hurdle, and that was like getting a video like to go viral on Instagram, and it's not getting like that many plays. It's like 500, 600,000, but the engagement is fucking crazy, and I'm coming up on 1,000 new followers from it.
Yeah, so, that is wild.
And those people are like, and hopefully they're listening right now.
You had like 3,000
people have been
followers
trying to reach forever, and
You had like 3,000 something followers. Like
I had like 3,700 or something, and now I'm at like 4,600. I don't know.
That's a pretty big increase in like a week.
It's in 2 days, dude.
Well, what do you? I mean, is the views just increasing? What do you?
So it is. It's a little bit slower today, but it's still cranking because it's not dependent on the algorithm anymore. I don't think it's like because it's being shared to so many fucking stories.
Yeah.
And it's messaged to so many people. The shares are what's insane. And every time you got to think about it, like every time you get a share or whatever, that's up for 24 hours. So
Yeah.
as long as I keep getting those, like, I don't think it'll stop.
Yeah, you should put that one on TikTok as well. I'm sure the Gen Z's probably into that as well.
Yeah.
What's your dream scenario where this ends? You said assassination. But who would you like to react to it positively and negatively? What's your
I want,
like, who would be a comedian or something like that you would be really stoked if they were?
oh fuck, that's a cool question. Just like, well, I mean, special thanks to Jeremiah motherfucking Watkins, because he filmed it with his like badass cameras. He edited that shit and he sent it to me. He didn't have to do any of that. And he also pushed me to do something with it.
Well, we should mention, if you are watching this, the special's on the same channel.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Jeremiah. I would say, like, that's easily not the best joke in the special. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot of
stuff.
funny stuff in there. So
yeah, you're right.
if you like that joke, you should check out the full thing.
Yeah, and people are calling it a special. I'm not calling it a special. It's 20 minutes long. I'm calling it the Scarbrough EP because it's like, it's like my first little release. Yeah, it's my mixtape. And maybe I'll just. I'm thinking about calling my my special the Marshall Mathers LP.
The Marshall Mathers LP3.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Eminem probably doesn't sue.
Yeah, he can't be litigious. Can you talk about something while I go get more water?
Yeah.
Just so we don't have to edit. Just talk about something.
Well, I'm going to speak to our law enforcement and just I want to state that, this is a free speech platform and, we share all opinions here, but I absolutely denounce anything critical of the police, and I have the utmost respect for the police, and if anything, I think the police aren't using enough force. I think that they should really kind of let loose and feel free to, you're reaching for the pepper spray, go ahead and grab the gun. I mean, you never know. You never know what can happen. So just be chill, and if you feel like you need to whip your gun out, I feel like that's well within your rights.
Keep talking. I like what you're doing, dude. Keep it moving.
Well, we should say, I think there's also an important context that, like, you're really not the type of person that, hates cops individually. Like, you wouldn't flip off a cop. I mean, you're also kind of.
You know what I do? I just think about what Cornel West would say.
That's a good. And he hasn't been caught on Epstein's thing or anything, right? Because that would be devastating. That would be a devastating loss. He lost so many.
Yeah, I know. I would be willing to look past it.
He's one of the.
He's so cool. Yeah. I mean, it's the same with Noam Chomsky. I'm like, well, I guess I like Epstein.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta clip that.
Before I go.
So,
By the way.
So, you didn't answer the your best reaction, worst reaction. For me, I'd really like to see the Ben Shapiro reaction, where he kind of destroys your joke with facts and logic.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he brings up some statistics about donuts or something like this.
Mm-hmm. By the way, if you're just joining us for the first time, we do Kratom on the show. Sometimes we are an unauthorized what we have.
Kratom.
Yeah.
I'll shout them out. They're good stuff. Don't buy Kratom from a gas station. Have some respect.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. Sometimes I fuck up. I haven't been. I used to eat the Kratom every time. Now I don't. And I forgot that you can't breathe.
Yeah.
While you're inhaling that dust.
Yeah, you will get pneumonia and die.
Mm-hmm.
So, Joe Rogan?
How
did you...
I was thinking, like, when someone was like, dude, you're going viral or whatever. I was like, dude, you've heard of the rich man north of Richmond. How about the gay clown north of Raytown? Which I'm not gay, by the way, but if you're new to this, you would never know, but I'm something of a womanizer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like a James Bond sort of guy. I can be whoever I want to be to people that are just tuning in, because when you get new people like that, they never go back and look. So they have no idea that I was a dork at one time.
I feel like you do get a lot of girls, and of course by a lot.
Not anymore.
I feel like
historically, yeah.
Well, by a lot.
Now I don't talk to any of them.
By a lot, I meant a lot of quality, not necessarily quantity.
Hey, I don't want to be that type. That's like, no.
Huh? I said quality.
Well, yeah, but that makes me sound like a relationship guy, and I am not.
No.
I am not a relationship guy anymore. I'm too powerful.
I forgot you reinvented yourself.
I have reinvented myself.
What's your pickup line?
Ooh, so I don't do that. I mean, I flirt or whatever, but I don't do pickup lines.
Yeah, like what's a line?
So,
do you just do your stand up and then?
Sometimes I'll tell a lady like, "Hey, I'll be like, text me like when I'm getting their number or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'll be like, text me hot Gertrude, so I know it's you."
That's funny.
Yeah. Hot Gertrude. That's a bit.
When I first messaged my husband, I just messaged him over the app.
Did you just send a picture of your penis?
No, I just said, "Put your flute down my throat like Lizzo."
Oh.
Yeah, I thought that was a clever.
That is phenomenal. You guys.
And he's like, "Who's Lizzo?" And then that's. We were sharing Lizzo. Actually, this is pre-Lizzo. I'm making this all up.
I was just really drawn into that.
Yeah, that's an example of my
season.
That's an example of my storytelling.
It reminded me of episode 3 of Last of Us. I bring that up. I just associate that with all gay people that I like. I remind me so much of those guys.
Am I the autistic prepper?
No.
Or am I the?
I think you're the
piano playing.
You're the piano playing. Well, they both play piano, but the painting, the one. Well, actually, I don't know because you're also kind of. No, I changed my answer. You're Nick Offerman.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gay in real life?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
I think the other actor is. He was also in White Lotus season 1. He was phenomenal in that.
That guy, every performance I've seen him in, he crushes. And yeah, he was so good in White Lotus. Which I've still only watched the first season of.
Yeah, you gotta check out season 2. It's incredibly horny.
Yeah.
So where do you go from here?
Well, I don't know. I still feel like my heart's about to explode. And I'm still processing the mean things that people are saying to me. And there's also turmoil in my life. People are mad at me again. And if you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm not perfect.
A girl's mad at you again?
I don't think gender matters here. But I got into it with my mom.
Oh, okay.
Again. I don't want to... I shouldn't talk about it in case she, figures out how to open YouTube.
That would be funny. It's like, she just, scrubs through the video to find... Well,
Yeah.
I'm not new to conflict with mothers.
I wish there was,
Aaron, what about this?
Mm.
Would you like to trade moms?
Dude, I mean, I think that our moms, we both have issues from our mothers, for sure. Everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
But some people, I'm not, whatever. I can't talk about this. I don't want to.
Well, you know how
She's
much
a great lady.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, really all you're allowed to say about your, all that people really want to hear about your mother, no matter what the circumstances, is, I wouldn't be here without her, and I owe her everything. So that's sort of my,
I wouldn't be here without her, and because of that, she owes me everything.
yeah.
And she has yet to pay.
We both also have in common, we're well into our 30s, and we both still have, a sort of,
For the record, I'm 32.
Yeah.
You're 32. We are not well into our 30s. Slow down.
What age would you say is well into your 30s?
38. Everything else is early 30s. Go on.
Well, we both still have sort of an attitude of, I didn't ask to be born.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is... from Rick and Morty.
When I get frustrated with my mom, I have that thought. I'm like, you're a little old for that.
Yeah.
Pushing 33. I saw someone, Olivia Rodrigo's new album came out, and I saw someone were criticizing that she's writing breakup songs, and they're like, she's pushing 21. It's time to. It's time to talk. They said someone's like, what should she write about? And they're like, worldly things. What? I don't know. It was the.
That's so funny.
And do we really want Olivia Rodrigo to talk about worldly subjects? Do we want the
Not really.
new hit single from Olivia Rodrigo? You have stolen my childhood with your empty words. Yeah, this one's a banger.
Bangas. What's this? Is it okay to chew? Yeah, I'm gonna chew gum. It's my show.
Cinnamon gum. It's so good. Great to listen to Lana Del Rey chew some cinnamon gum.
Dude, I've been vibing on that Season of the Witch still. That cover.
Well, you know,
I love the Donovan version too.
Lana, she references cinnamon gum quite often in her music.
Yeah. I dig that.
Speaking of pop music, did you see friend of the show, Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Was in town recently.
Yeah, she lives in Kansas City now. She lives in Raytown.
Did you watch that?
I live right next to her.
Literally was just 2 miles from us, right?
Yep.
So, did you watch the game?
No. I don't. So I've been okay. So I watched bits of it, but when I watch the football games, I watch it for a different reason. I watch for vibes, so I don't even know who's playing, but I watch for the colors, the costumes, the characters, body language.
Well, to be honest, it was kind of a draw game because the Chiefs were just dominating.
I love the aesthetic of a football field. I like rectangles. And I like lines. White lines.
Well,
blue lines too.
They had Taylor up on the screen kind of the entire time. People are the Swifties are reacting to having a new dad. I guess his ex-girlfriends have made statements to warn her that he's a cheater, which is kind of it's a professional athlete. That is...
Yeah, they cheat.
Yeah, it would be weird. It would be weird if they didn't. And listen, like, not necessarily dating Travis Kelce for love. Like, might just want to have some fun. And I can certainly sympathize with that.
Yeah.
But
he's a looker. He's charming. Reminds me a lot of me.
Yeah.
Talented.
He is ridiculously attractive. But what I do like about this relationship, and you know who this relationship would make happy? Since 2012, I believe, around 2012, Taylor's exclusively only dated from that time until 2023. Until Travis Kelce,
she's only dated black guys.
She's only dated British men.
Really?
Yeah.
British black guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is tremendous.
So
has she ever dated a black guy? That's kind of weird.
That's weird?
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
sure.
That's kind of weird. I've dated black people.
I think she did date Cornel West for a bit. It was just a short
time.
Anyway. But, so, she's been, as she says in her song Daylight, back and forth to New York, sneaking in your bed. All these trips across the pond on her private jet have kind of been dooming the planet a little bit. So if we can get her with a guy closer to home, this could be potentially very good for the planet, and I think this, like Greta Thunberg, could really get behind this relationship.
Yeah, and where Greta goes, we go.
That could be, that's like the cornerstone of our like the Biden administration plan to combat climate changes. Get Taylor to date an American.
You know what's, not to bring me up again, but you know what sucks about these comments that, like, fighting with these, like, dipshits is that they don't, like, they're not going to get my references. They're not going to, I'm so much smarter than them that you can't even, we don't even speak the same language. They're so culturally illiterate that I can't talk to them. They're so stupid. Yeah.
Well, you can see how, I mean, I've always thought myself that being famous would be horrific.
Mm-hmm.
I would absolutely sort of be a, I don't know. When you reach a certain level, which, you know, hopefully you'll find, there comes a point where you need to kind of, you've ascended and you need to not interact with people. And that's where you see celebrities struggling, like the Doja Cats, where they're like in the trenches arguing with people.
Mm-hmm.
That would be very hard for me not to do.
Yeah, and also I feel like it is kind of like, I don't know, the people that I find interesting are the ones that do, like, it's them on their social media. Like, they're fucking being crazy. Like, and dare I say Kanye. Like, obviously he's a Nazi or whatever, but before that, his social media was the balls. Because he was just such a fucking rebel with it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was so entertaining, and it was just like any time he would post something, it was like, oh fuck.
Well, yeah, I mean, very Trump-like. Like one of his last Twitter posts was he posted that like grotesque image of Elon Musk on the boat.
Yeah,
that was hilarious. Yeah, I don't know, man. Good luck to you.
People are so mean about me and Elon Musk's appearance.
Well,
they're so mean to us.
Yeah. Is this like a, are you struggling with some body image things with these comments about your face?
I was feeling pretty fucking confident, honestly. And now, I mean, I'm still confident because I know that my worth is not in that. My worth is in how good I am in the sack.
Well, the thing is, the comments about, not that I they're just like looking for something to say. But saying that your eyes and your mouth and face are all squished.
That is low blow.
There's nothing you can do.
Nothing I can do.
I don't think you're all that
grotesque.
No,
all that grotesque.
And I don't even think you're like that unique looking. It's pretty normal face.
I tell you what, kids in school were mean about it, and I know that you don't know anything about being made fun of for your appearance.
Mm-hmm.
But try to empathize.
Yeah.
I was a red-haired kid. I have a weird face. And look at what you've made me do. Look what you made me do.
Well,
I have to wear sunglasses all the time.
I kind of always got the opposite comments, like, no, your face is great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You have a really nice face, but...
And the thing is, I love when people give me a reason to go after their body. I love tearing them down and like making them weep. I love that.
But yeah, I mean, this is the thing where like everyone's kind of a hypocrite about. But
yeah,
it is like it's funny conservatives attacking your appearance, like. Because they get so pissed when like liberals insult like Sarah Huckabee Sanders looks, and they're like, "That's so much for the tolerant liberals."
Mm-hmm.
So can't we all just attack each other in peace?
I know that this is like a little bit cocky, but there is a part of me that thinks that if I like all those people, if you gave me half an hour with them, we could make some headway. And also, here's the thing. People are so fucking bold on the internet with doing this shit, saying, or like commenting, like, that joke didn't land, or like...
Was that comment on that video?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there was audible laughter.
There was audible laughter and gasps.
Really?
I fucking lit the room up. Yeah. But she's making me second guess it. What? How long have we been rolling? Do you know? Can you see from there?
42.
42? Let's keep going. I mean, I'm having a good time. I'll be honest. I like this episode because it's kind of about me.
Mm-hmm.
And I like having a week off. I really missed it.
What's your what's your favorite joke from your EP?
The fentanyl joke.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because it blew up? Okay.
Yeah. Well, no. I've just known. See, that's the joke that when people come up to me after shows and say something to me, the cool people always say like, "Dude, that fentanyl joke. I'm going to tell people that or whatever." So I know that that's the one that I like because good people like that joke.
I mean,
losers don't get it.
Like a one-liner of a joke is really like that is sort of the best thing, but it's hard to do a lot of those.
Yeah.
I
don't want to.
Do you remember?
I have so much. By the way, if you're listening, I have that 20-minute video, which is a lot of that is material that I've been working on for a couple of years. I cannot stress this enough. I am doing new shit on stage that I am so excited about. Like, so excited about. I'm bringing artwork on stage. I'm doing new material about psychedelics, and I think I love doing it. And I'm also riffing on stage and like talking to people, and like I'm working on my crowd work. I feel this creative energy that every day when I get up, I'm so excited. And I'm still living recklessly, like with money and everything. And I have stuff to work on, but people are paying attention to my shit now. And I can't tell you how awesome it is. It's fucking... It's so awesome that, like, I operate on guilt. Like, that's my main emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I also... Like, I have really high dopamine or whatever is going on, but I also I feel terrible and I feel like I'm about to get arrested constantly.
This
or
is
get
sort of
into a car accident. Like, I just assume that something horrible is going to happen because God's mad at me.
Well,
I'm having too much fun.
this is for your personality kind of the perfect joke to blow up because you do already kind of live in a state of paranoia and whatnot.
Yeah, this is going to ruin my life.
But I mean, we'll see what happens. I imagine though, if you start experiencing a new level of success with your stand-up, those feelings will just get much worse, like fear of car accidents. Like, that's really when I got into like a serious relationship and like kind of started to like feel
you start to have
decent about my life. Like, that's when my like health anxiety blew up. It was bad. It was like something bad has to happen now.
It's so relatable. Also, if you're listening, check out Keith's first story. We don't talk about it that much anymore, but it's on the Patreon and it's on
my YouTube.
It's on his YouTube as well. It's called Theodore's Lament, and it's phenomenal. It's a short story about a young man getting an HIV test.
Yeah, hypochondriac gets an HIV test.
And it's a trip. And then the second story, Manic Pixie Stepsis, my favorite of the two, which go back, we've talked about it on here. Keith has uploaded that. Keith's writing is the balls. And also on the Patreon, if you check that out, it's patreon.com/Aaron Scarbrough. We have a $5 tier, and that gets you access to National Prayer Second Breakfast, that's an extra episode every week. It's a quick episode, but we do it up big for that. And then we also have my graphic novel Randy on there, which is a to-be-continued project, but you can look at what we have so far. And we have more like sci-fi stuff in the works right now. We are cranking out gold, and I feel like we're unstoppable.
Yeah, I've actually gotten feeling really creative with writing lately, which is nice because I forgot how good it feels to like write something, and even though you'll come back 2 days later and like this needs a lot of, which it's supposed to, like it's good that you're like seeing the things to fix, but when you like write a big section, it's like, oh my fucking god, like I can't believe, because in the moment you have an idea, and which I'm trying to be more receptive in my writing to changing the idea as I go, like not committing to like this is how the story, like this is the first idea I had, I need to write around the idea. I'm getting better at I'm writing a new thing. It'll probably take a while before it comes out, but Aaron hasn't read any of it. I'm probably going to wait until I have it done for you to read it, because I want your reaction, but I'm real excited about it. I've been doing like an outline of like the themes in the story. That's something Manic Pixie Stepsis, I had a really fun plot idea for it. Stepbrother has a stepsister fetish, and they go on a camping trip together.
It's good. It's horny.
Yeah. Also, kind of, there's a near death moment. So the plot was real fun with that, but I've really been with this new one working on like outlining theme, and it's good shit. I'm excited about it. We've got to. I've been trying to encourage you to write. Now that you're writing this sort of high off your, this manic high, this would be a nice time for you to strike.
I'm already thinking about it and like what I want to do. I'm thinking about a lot of different things, but I thought about just, how I've been making these posts that it's like, it has my paintings in it, but it also has like graphic design and shit like that.
Like your fat Miss Friday.
I'm thinking about just turning my life into this like psychedelic, just constant graphic novel.
Sort of like with Randy.
True things and false things. And hallucinations and whatever, and just like telling my story that way, like an ongoing autobiography or a blog or something, but just trippy.
That's sort of what you're doing with Randy a little bit, right?
I was, I at the time I was trying to, I didn't know what I wanted it to be, and I was figuring it out as I went along, and I'm smarter about how I make art now. But dude, we can wrap this. Let's wrap this one up. Put a bow on it. I think it's been a great episode. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
We should say, like and subscribe. There's probably people that watch us regularly that aren't subscribed.
Mm-hmm.
We need to start saying that. I know we don't want to sound like Logan Paul, but
now is the time, dude. Also, hit us up in the comments. Fuck, if you're watching this and still, like, you're listening to the end of the episode, that means you're awesome. Fucking comment on this. Let's get some stuff going. Also, suggest things for us to talk about. We'll talk about it on the show. It'll be fun.
Yeah, if you want us to react to the Russell Brand allegations.
Let's go.
Whatever. I think that will pretty much get us silenced.
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand. Well, maybe that's a subject for another time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, subscribe to the Patreon.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Patreon.com/Aaron Scarbrough.
Comment Blue Lives Matter on his EP.
Yeah, just do it. See what happens. Although, like, the comments on that are all positive so far because the wrong people haven't found it. But I wish they would. I wish the wrong people would find it. Anyway, I gotta go. I have so much to do. I haven't really looked at my phone the whole time. Like, I've seen what's going on, and it's stressful. And
you gotta go make sure no one else has a negative opinion of you.
Yes. And there's like people sending me. I posted something very unsettling on my story, I think.
Are you talking about your reel you just made?
It wasn't a reel. It was just like a story or whatever. But yeah, I said that I like telling jokes that that have the potential to get me assassinated. You know, if this gets too popular, I'll have to go.
Yeah,
they'll have to kill me. All right, folks, keep listening to this shit. Support us. Support the homeless.
Support black businesses.
Yeah, and fuck the police.